Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Saturday. It is the 13th. Yep, 13th of June. Gosh, we're almost to the middle of June already. And I am back for Chart of the Day video number 50. Wow, who thought? Who would have ever thought that I would get to 50 Chart of the Day videos? I didn't. Yeah, life is strange these days. Life is strange. So how are you today? What's that? You're good? Okay, great. Glad to hear it. It's a beautiful day outside today. Gonna get hot though, but right now it's cool out and the sun's shining and the birds are singing and the grass is green and it's a nice day. Welcome if you're new, welcome if you've been here before. This is a video about cross stitch. Everybody's been saying that lately, so I thought I'd better say it. This is a video about cross stitch. Adam and the girls came over yesterday. They brought me a Culver's concrete mixer that I didn't need but ate anyway. We sat out on the porch for a while and then they went home. Dan and I went inside. We watched a couple episodes of Rosemary and Thyme and went to bed. So it was a good day. This morning we've dropped Dan's car off at the brake place because apparently he needs some rear brakes, and he has taken Remy over to Smelany's house. I tend to call her Smelany. Smelany's house and Mel's going to shave her down. She's just a big knotted mess because Dan hasn't been keeping her groomed, and so now she's going to become a bald puppy because she's probably going to have to be pretty much shaved down to her skin. Hopefully he will learn something from this. So Rags is here with me today, so if you hear the clickety-clackety of little nails on the floor, that will be because Rags is wandering around. Let's see, I'm going to work until 2. Dan's going to pick me back up because, of course, he has my car since his is in the shop. And then we're going back over to Melanie's. I'm going to help her hang some pictures on a wall, or at least tell her where to hang them. Then I got to go home, we'll eat supper, and I have a Zoom thing this evening. So, tomorrow, I do not have to work here tomorrow. I will be at home. So, don't know what I'll do yet, but maybe no, I think Abby's working. I was going to say maybe if the weather was nice, we'd go out and visit Abby, but I think she's working. I think this is her weekend, so. She caught Reese's cold, so she's not feeling good anyway. So I probably don't want to be around her because I don't want a cold. Yeah, that's what I know. So let's get this boat on the shore, so to speak. Let's start with yesterday's question of the day. Was kitted up or not kitted up? And it was there's a lot that said they used to not, they'd just buy the chart. But since COVID, they're rethinking that. A lot of them said they would buy the floss but not the fabric. A lot of them just buy the chart and kit it up if they're going to stitch it. So the answers were all across the board. I was going to take the time to actually count and see, but I didn't do that, so sorry. Today's chart of the day, I did enjoy the answers though, the responses. So thank you for responding to that. I appreciate it. And there were a lot of them yesterday. Today's question it's going to be a tough one for you, so be prepared. Today's chart of the day is from a new to me designer. I don't know how long they've actually been designing, but it's October House, and this is Live a Humble Life, which is, I thought, was a sweet little sampler. This chick looks like she's from the 50s. She's got one of those nice poofy dresses on, and her hair looks like it's a 50s style. So, got a bee skep over here. Nice little house. So Connie wouldn't stitch it probably. But yeah, I thought it was a cute little design. Calls for Weeks Dye Works, Classic Colorworks, and Gentle Arts threads. Does give a conversion over to DMC. So we're gonna, I have one or two issues with the colors, so I'll explain that as we go. These are the called for DMCs. And one of these, 758, which is this one. So this one right here, is supposed to be used for like her skin tones. It's used other places also, but it's her skin tones. And for me, that's just a little too orange for skin tones. So I would replace it with the 950, which is a little bit paler. But certainly if you like orange, more orange skin tones, you could do that. Or change it to whatever skin tone color you prefer. But for me, I would use 950. Plus, in the overdyes, that color, which would be, sorry, scratchy throat this morning, allergies. That color, which would be Melon Patch, and the other color, which is Candied Yams, are really, really close, like interchangeable. So I'm thinking if you change it out to a skin tone of your choice, you could save yourself one of these colors. Does that make sense? I'm not a very good explainer. I know what I want to say in my head, it just doesn't come out my mouth correctly. So hopefully that made some sort of cobbled sense to you guys. And I did have to make a couple substitutions because I do not have walnut, which is used for her hair. So I would either pick a DMC in a brown that you like, or an overdyed that you've got laying around. And then I did not have chives, which is green. And so I just picked a green I liked with the other colors, which happens to be 4-leaf clover from Classic Colorworks, and for her hair I just chose Cocoa from Weeks Dye Works. But again, a DMC would work just fine for that. Just pick a brown, any brown, whatever, or maybe you want your girl to be blonde. That would be entirely up to you. So these are the overdyed colors. The red is kind of hiding back here. And again, these are really, really close, really, really close. So this and one of these is her dress. And then the words. And so that's that. Fabric, let's see. The stitch count is 224 by 78, so it's pretty long, not very tall. Calls for 32 count parchment from Weeks Dye Works, which I do not have. If you stitch it on a 32 count, it's going to be approximately 14 by 5. So not very tall, but fairly long. I chose, this is 32 count sampler gold from Color and Cotton. That's who it is, Color and Cotton. So there's the colors. Again, my red is hiding. That's on sampler gold. It's a pretty golden color. I think I had it in 40 count at one time too, and it was much more gold than this. I prefer this color to the other one that I had. So that would work fine and probably be fairly close to the parchment. This is 32 count sand from Picture This Plus, which would work also. That red, he just doesn't want to show up. It's a pretty red. That's what, Turkish red? Yeah, Turkish red. Now you will notice the pinks are a little bit different in the DMC. They're a little more berry colored rather than, the Turkish red is a bright red. So you can see the difference there between the two. I personally would go Turkish red because I like a red, not a pinky red. But otherwise the colors are fairly close. So that was sand. This is Feldspar in an 18 count Ada. And Feldspar is blue. It's a light blue, but it has some peachiness in it. You can see the peachy, which I thought would go really well with the peachy colors. And it would kind of look like sky. And then for a little bit, something a little bit different, and this would require, sorry I'm off screen. This would require probably changing the whitewash, which is pretty white already, but I would probably change it to the B5200 because it's just that much whiter. And on this fabric, I think you'll need it, but this is 40 count Murmur from Picture This Plus, and it's very, very pale peach color, really pretty color. And I thought the colors would look really pretty on there also, if you're looking for something just a little bit different from what is normal. Yeah. But again, I'd probably use the B5200 for the white parts. So that is today's chart of the day. Again, new designer to me. I don't know how long they've been designing. I think I have 2 charts of theirs in the shop now. Which should bring us to the question of the day for the day. And I know it's going to be a tough one for some of you. But my question for today is, are you ready? Ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. What are you going to stitch on this weekend? There you go. Hey, for some that could be a difficult question. You got to figure out what do you want to work on. So, yeah, I want to know, what are y'all working on this weekend? I am probably going to work on Golden Ice again tonight. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I say that now, but I kind of almost want to do something different tonight. I've worked on it pretty much every night this week. And I've made some good progress, which was my goal. It's not close to being done yet. So I may work on it tonight, or I may not. I may work on something else. Tomorrow evening is my Quaker Welcome. I work on that every Sunday night. So that's what I know for sure this weekend is Quaker Welcome. Otherwise, it's kind of up in the air. Depends on how I feel. So, which could be part of the question, do you follow a plan? Or do you stitch whatever you feel like stitching on at that time? I try to follow a plan. I'm not very successful at following a plan. I've been pretty good this week. My in the back of my head when I pulled out Golden Ice last week, I wanted to work on it for a week. So I've done a pretty good job. Usually I crap out about day 3. So I've done a pretty good job. But I'm more of a what do I feel like kind of stitcher. I admire those who have a rotation and can stick to their rotation. I admire those who spin their wheel and are happy working on what the wheel comes up with, but sometimes the wheel and I don't agree. So usually it's what do I want to work on? What am I feeling? Sunday nights have been, I'm doing the stitch along with 2 friends, and we work on Quaker Welcome on Sunday nights. And the only reason I still work on every Sunday night rolls around and it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to work on this, but I do it because I know they'd hassle me if I didn't. And so it's actually a good thing that I feel that I need to work on it to keep them happy. So, but now Mary has suckered me into doing another stitch along we're going to do on Saturday nights. When it comes out is the new Teresa Kogut Land That I Love sampler. We're going to work on that on Saturday nights. So now my Saturday nights and my Sunday nights are going to be spoken for, so to speak. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But if they don't pin me down, we did another stitch along for English Garden sampler, and we didn't pin it down to we're going to work on it this night. And so I crapped out on that stitch along a long time ago. So it's a good thing they've pinned me down, and this is the night we're going to work on it. Although I think Mary works on hers other nights too, because she's way far ahead of me. And I'm a little worried that when she finishes, which is going to be a long time before I finish, that I will crap out on the stitch along again. Donna's not quite as far as I am, so it might last a little bit longer, but if they finish ahead of me, we're screwed. There will be no incentive for me to continue doing that on Sunday night. So girls, you should probably slow your roll just a little bit so that I get a little more caught up. All right, that's what I know for the day. I don't have a lot to do today. Lori and I did some cleaning up around here, some badly needed cleaning up around here yesterday. Rearranged a little bit. And so not a whole lot to do. There's no orders. One order. I think I have one order to take care of. It's been kind of quiet this week. So I think I placed my orders yesterday. So yeah, I don't know what I'll get up to. Probably a little more rearranging. But otherwise, I've nattered on for quite a while now, so I'm going to let you go. You have a great weekend. I will probably not make a chart of the day on Monday. Dan and I are planning on doing a video tomorrow, so watch for that. And otherwise, you take care of yourselves, be safe, get some stitching done, and I will see you in the video on Sunday and again Tuesday morning for the chart of the day. That would make it number 51. So, anyway, thank you for joining me this morning. Take care. Bye.